the sound of my voice, but there's some time to kill, so I'm cleaning up our ledge dump over here. They just kind of manhandled everything in here in the haul truck, I guess. I didn't work for these guys when they were moving the rock. And, 335 F. All kinds of machines. This is the first time I run a big zero tail swing. Kind of dig it. Although, I gotta admit, I keep giving myself a heart attack because I remember that it has no ass on it. And then I'll hop in the 210 Komatsu that we got with the hammer on it. I almost hit stuff with the ass end because I forget that one's a regular machine. Then I hop back in this one and I'll swing around and have a panic attack because, well, I think I'm friggin' in the 210. But it's kind of nice. You know, some guys like to stay on the same machine all the time. They'll take pretty good care of shit here. So. I actually enjoy jumping from one machine to the other. Yeah, 6-foot peanut bucket. But this stuff's all freaking great big bones. It's gonna be a parking lot eventually. Freaking looks like about 20 foot of fill here, and I don't doubt they ever put a roller on it, but you know, not my parking lot. I just do what I'm told. I think this thing with an Encon tilt rotator would be quite the weapon. Yeah, this bucket must be a 42-inch, 48-inch maybe. Yeah, probably 42. I think it's 24-foot bucket actually. But I wish I had a 30-inch bucket and a 60-inch bucket. I'd keep this bucket too, but it's nice to have a narrow pipe bucket for doing a lot of stuff, really. Seeing the guys with the run tilt rotator. Fucking nice not to have to get out, put hoses. Although this is set up nice. This has got a screw tight hydraulic quick disconnects. If you're lucky, you can just use a pipe wrench and I could probably do this faster, but I can see the camera mounts wobbling all over the damn place in the corner of my eye, so no sense in taking a video of fucking people getting in motion, so I'm just watching it. Volcano over there, and earlier I was working around a fucking 40-foot brontosaurus tail was right in my way, and I felt pretty old at the end of the day, but man, friggin' working around a brontosaurus makes you feel really, really old. I was talking about a girlfriend the other day. Grandfather threw me in a bulldozer when I was 7, 8 years old. I was probably a little older when I ran home for the first time. But I say to run hose, it was probably 7 or 8. And he taught me how to move the bucket and stick so I could grease it. And my grandfather used to, every other week in the summer, Gramps was a fussy bastard. We kept our equipment spotless. I steam cleaned the hoe and the dozer every other week. And I did the dump trucks and the wheel loader every other week. So every Saturday I put on my rain gear and commenced pressure washing. And between sitting in Gramps in my uncle's lap when I was a kid with my hands on the controls and moving equipment around the yard and picking people up in the bucket so they could cut tree limbs, and you get the hang of it eventually. I blew up my back when I was 18. That time I was in my mid-20s, I walked with a cane, and I had to retire for a little while from this. But just like riding a bicycle, it's been about a month back to work after, I still ran home a little bit, but I hadn't done it full time in 10 years. And I was kind of nervous going back to work, but I got kids, and that's a whole long story. But just to say, I'd go back to work. I was a little nervous. Maybe I wouldn't be as good as I once was, so to speak. But picked right up where I left off. I'm not the best operator in the world, not the worst. Do alright. Bastard. I gotta remember, this machine doesn't have a belly pan on it. I don't know why. I thought they all had them. I don't know if it got ripped off or what. I don't know what year this thing is, but it's got 6,897 hours on it. And yeah, she needs some teeth in a bad way. But they're from Maine. Even though this is a Volvo type quick coupler. I think this is an S2. I think an S1's like a 150. This is like an S2. When you get up to like a 345 size machine, I think that's an S3 coupler. And this is, but it's a Volvo type, but it's made by Wimmer. And is it Stillwater Maine? Something like that. I don't know. You know, everybody runs from buckets, but I have to say, these Wimmer buckets are tough. You know, yeah, sure, this thing needs some teeth, but I mean, this thing's got 6,800 hours on it. Look at the freaking bottom of it. I think she's had wear plates once, maybe, but you know, even I've had other brands. I've had a Geth bucket, freaking 7,000-8,000 hours, where the plate lip in between the teeth was freaking worn down almost as long as the damn teeth. When you were doing freaking pipe work with it, you couldn't, you know, obviously I flat bottom a lot for grading purposes when I'm doing trench, but you know, when you're trying to scratch a, you know, ledgy trench or something, fucking, you know, leave a foot of material, especially when you got new teeth caps on. Jesus Christ. This thing got over greased. Told the kid it didn't need to be greased. All we did was build up. I've been building a lot of them concrete, precast concrete retaining walls. And it freaking, I got globs of grease falling on the freaking laborers. Camera map shakes quite a bit. I hope this fucking video is judging by the amount of care that was taken, there's going to be a lot of dead trees in here. Wait. Good size area. It's probably, I don't know, like 150 feet that way and 60 some odd feet wide. Keep me busy for a few minutes anyway. If anybody does watch this and also runs a 335 app, curious, do you guys think that the swing is like the coarsest swing ever? I kind of miss the old freaking Samsung I used to run. That thing, you'd have to start swinging swinging the machine the other direction about 10 feet before you got to where you wanted the bucket to slow it down because it had no swing brake left in it. But it's so hard to, you know, when you're craning something to make real fine swing adjustments. I'm explaining that right or not. It's weird. I was struggling with it the other day. You know, setting them balls, you know, you gotta try to move it like a half an inch. And honestly, that old 210 with a hammer on it, I'd rather rip the hammer off and do craning with that. This is the first machine, I'm pretty sure this is the first machine I've ever run that had electric over hydraulic instead of pilot controls though. And I think that there is a good possibility of that being it. I'm just not used to it. I mean, they got these controls have good feel to them, you know, but it's not pilot controls, you know. It's just something about oil going to a block. Don't get me wrong, I like nice shiny new iron, but you know, there's probably a way. I haven't looked at the book to see if I can go in the like screen. I know, like, it's set up when I have my tilt bucket on. You know, you can change the flow or whatever, I guess. But I find when you're doing this stuff that you rake it one way, rake it the other way. As long as you got a place to get rid of the big rocks anyway. I got that all leveled out. Looking pretty. I'm going to walk right back on it and proceed to get up there. Get up there. Oh, it's just like it still have narrow pads on it. Narrow rear pads. Nope. Hit the camera. You guys still with me? I mean, I talk to myself all the time at work. So I'm going to this estimator quite often, but it even feels kind of weird talking to, you know, people. May or probably will not watch this. That's okay. up. Some people enjoy it, minus the whole swearing part. Do anything without swearing, apparently. Starting out, pointer, just something. Only stupid questions I'm not asked. Watch excavation stuff though. You get into that at work sometimes. I'll watch a little Let's Dig. And a few of the other guys. I actually get a kick out of the European outfits. Yeah, they got some beautiful wiring. Get the tilt rotators and bootings. I'd love to try out one of those big tobacco things that they got. He likes us to run this thing on like 3/4 throttle. I've never done that anywhere, but I like to take care of shit. I don't like to beat on shit, but this is a tier 4 final with depth. I've never run anything with depth before. So far, we haven't had any depth codes since I've been with these guys this past month, but still, you know, with the diesel particulate filter and all that happy horse shit, I think it's good to run them wide open from time to time, because you know, you gotta burn that soot and stuff out of that filter. We got some bad fuel a couple of weeks ago, and I only was able to change the fuel water separator. That thing had freaking didn't get much water out of the tap at the bottom, but I pulled it. She was pretty wet on the that cotton. This uses those cartridge type fuel filters. Boggy, you know, and fired it up. I had to walk up out of a hole and just was numbing the boot. And every time I hit my auxiliary circuit, my tilt bucket, it would there. Cheats that filter, that helped, but I just, I don't know. Must be getting pretty close to due for a service. It's almost 7,000 hours, so and it services when it's supposed to. The outfit I'm working for, a guy's pretty awesome dude. He takes care of his shit. He didn't always have the nicest stuff, but he's got nice stuff now, and he likes to keep it that way. Some things he's kind of, you know, we'll run it like this, I would think. Post shit on Instagram, you know, even though my freaking Instagram game is, but I think I bet or I know how to post a link in the description. And I'm gonna bother like it for it. I mean, if people subscribe and like videos and make more of them, make videos without it affecting my ability to, you know, work. Yeah. Just a good rest of the day. Wednesday night.